It's your man Joey Sparks. That's two E's, know why. You heard me. That's two E's, know why. Welcome back to Old Head Reviews. In this video, we're going to discuss episode 3 of Moon Knight on Disney+. As you see, this is not our normal setup, right? I'm in the car, right? Jittery phone angle, right? Truth is, I got things going on sometimes, man. My oldest son had a tournament up in Denver, and then I had a job up in Denver. So that's 2 days in Denver, plus a busy day of shooting last week, or a week full of shooting last week. So just barely getting around and getting that Moon Knight watched, and now I'm giving you the review. So this is what it's gonna be, right? I'm not even gonna go scene by scene. Let me tell you, I've been fighting trying to figure out exactly what I like from this. This is what I like. I like the fact that we're hinting at the other personality. That we're hitting, like it's confirmed that there's another personality doing some things that Mark ain't doing and that Steven ain't doing, right? So I'm interested to see how that plays out. The khonshu, more and more starting to seem like he ain't a total good guy, or like he might have some devious ulterior motives or some shit like that. I'll be interested to see how they swing us back into his favor. You know what I mean? Like, because right now he seems a little weird, especially that scene with the guys who was like, "I will do it in the name of khonshu." Like that shit was mad weird. Especially the way Harrow was playing him off like, "Oh God, there he is again," and the other guys were like, we know. So now I'm starting to like wonder, like, what did khonshu do? And actually, it sounds like he didn't turn his back on the people when the other gods did. So I'd like to see what that is explained. So I thought those were two cool things. Something I didn't like, this episode's CGI kind of took me out. And it was crazy is the week before, my one of my good friends was like, yeah, CGI kind of took me out. And I was like, what? I mean, we're already in it for a show of a guy who runs around looking like a mummy superhero. Like, so CGI is off a little bit. Whoop-de-doo, deal with the role of the story. And this week's episode, it hit me. It took me out. I was just like, man, they couldn't have cleaned that up a little bit better. The edges of that shit look horrible, dog. I can do that type of green screen work right there. So that needed a little help. There was a little confusion on what was happening, who was stabbing who and stuff like that. I did like the reflection stuff through the knives, but I wasn't exactly sure who was stabbing who. But I think that's why they were trying to introduce a little bit of Jake Lockley. Like he's supposed to be on the rise. And then I like how they gave a little more backstory on Spectre's wife, her getting the fake passports and stuff like that. And then so khonshu did the eclipse, and that garnished the attention of the other gods, and they told him don't do shit again. And then the only way, in order to read this map, they needed to spin the constellations back, was it 2,000 years or some shit like that? And sure enough, spun the constellations until they could read the map. And so that made the other gods trap khonshu in that little statue of stone. But before he did, he told Stephen Grant to tell Mark, hey man, he knows how to come get me, don't worry. So I'm interested to see that. Another thing I thought was cool, I forgot about, was how Steven and Mark are almost necessary with one another, right? Like Mark has got all the physical attributes done and shit like that, but he ain't nothing without the Egyptian history that Stephen Grant has, right? So I like to see them play that out. And then lastly, one last little tidbit. If we were seeing Jake Lockley, like when he was showing up in the, I don't know what you call them, little plazas over there, but it looks like he was whispering to someone. He had a black ball cap on, and normally Jake Lockley has the hat, so that's what it's making me think he was Jake Lockley at that point, getting his, street level information from the little vendor. I don't know if you noticed what team it was. Yes, it was a Cubs hat, but Chicago represent. And that is only fitting, right? It only sticks to the script because Mark Spector's family is from Chicago, so it makes sense that the wardrobe department kept that in mind. So anyway, man, I really I enjoy the series. I enjoy what they're doing. This episode was a little kind of clunky, and like I said, that CGI kind of took me out. That's why it was kind of hard for me to get back to do like a in-depth review. You add that to the fact that I was super busy. This is where we're at. But nonetheless, we don't want to quit. We want to give you these reviews, Easter eggs, things you missed, and things like that. So please, I want to know what you thought about episode 3 of Moon Knight down in the comments, and please let me know. And if you saw anything that I missed, please tell me, man. I need to give all the correct info, and sometimes I'll be missing stuff. So if you see it, tell me loud, make fun of me, and then tell me. Anyways, if you enjoyed any of the content you enjoyed so far, please hit that like, subscribe button, man. All that stuff helps me go up in the algorithms. And otherwise, for Old Hair Reviews, I'm Joey Sparks, and we're signing off. Catch you next week. Peace.